What's going on, guys? In today's video we're going to talk about battlefield pickup style AKs, and with a twist, because both of mine are totally artificial. Well, they are and they aren't, but we'll get into all that right after this. Now, if you do follow our page, you've definitely seen this rifle before. I use it in a lot of our how to AK videos. Never really talked about the aesthetic of this thing. There's a few things that I've done to this that you can totally do yourself, and it will kind of church up that appeal. If you're not into actually taking like Brillo pads or leather and wearing down the finish to expose bare metal, I'm not a huge fan of that because it will rust if you don't take care of it. So I'm going to give you an alternative. Cerakote. Does look kind of ratty, right? Like it looks like it's got some age, right? It's got like two different shades of black and gray that's bleeding through. That's all Cerakote. All of it from tip to butt, right? Even the mag, all the way out to the stock. That is a base coat of black Cerakote with another layer of like a type of gray, right? Laid on top. And what the Cerakote will do is he'll come through and actually hand age it. So he'll wear that top layer down to black before he goes back over it and seals it. So you see all those micro dings and scratches that are all over this thing? That's for me. I've done that ever since this gun was done. But because of the way he painted it, you'd never notice it. You'd almost think it was purposely done. Like it wears its dings and scratches really well. Yeah, that's all me. If you use Cerakote, it will look good, okay? You're not actually really aging the thing, so you don't have to worry about rust, and it will hold up for a long time. High temperature Cerakote will last, especially when you're heating these things up. And if you do the battlefield pickup theme, the more you scratch it up and drag it around and take it to matches and go train with it, you'll barely even notice it will be there. It will in fact add to the overall character. Let's move on to the accessories. I have come to absolutely love the Khyber Customs cheese graters. This is a slotted cheese grater, so he makes a bunch of different kinds. This one's slotted. They're kind of hard to find sometimes, and I actually had it color matched at the Cerakote shop. By the way, Elevinmile in Colorado did all the Cerakote on this gun. So what's really cool about these cheese graters is it's almost like it's a battlefield modification. Let's say a dude out in the field maybe damaged his upper wooden handguard, broke it off, whatever, and he's tired of burning his hand. Maybe he rolled a piece of aluminum, something, a piece of mild steel, put it in place just to keep the heat off his hand, and then, like, you know, carved in some holes for ventilation. Very, very cool. Totally fits the aesthetic. That is a real Russian surplus lower handguard, and it's not pristine, guys. You can look at all the nicks and scratches where the shellac is missing. Okay. It's usually how they come out of the box. So what's really cool is if you buy surplus, especially Russian stuff, which is a bit more expensive than other surplus, if you buy it in this type of condition, it's a little bit cheaper, but if that's the type of look you're going for, it works out perfectly. That's real wear, okay? It's really hard to replicate on wood. This is a Russian surplus wooden pistol grip. These things are getting harder and harder to find, especially the ones that have the metal ferrule on top, which just really blends it into the overall gun. It's laminate. It's laminate just like the lower. This actually has the same reddish hue, and it's also got shellac flaking off, just like the lower handguard. And at a distance, it matches really, really well. It's almost like it's been on the gun since day one, and they've aged together. And of course, guys, we have the mag coated to match. It's actually a Chinese flatback. Kind of weird. It's a Bulgarian gun, which is really close to Russian spec, with a Chicom flatback magazine in it. But just thought it fit the overall aesthetic. That's the Bulgarian 107. Now the next gun I show you is like the quintessential battlefield pickup. Something Romanian, something with Romanian surplus, something that looks like it was sort of cobbled together in the battlefield with battlefield modifications. So let's get to that now. This is Romanian. You can probably tell what it used to be. This used to be a Draco, a full-size Draco. All the Dracos are flatback, right? Well, this is an SBR now, so we do have a real trunnion in the rear, and it accepts stocks. So that's awesome. The coolest thing about Romanian stuff when it comes to battlefield pickups is your selection of surplus furniture. You have more selection of Romanian surplus than any other surplus that I know of. Yes, you can get Russian stuff and Hungarian stuff and Yugoslavian stuff, but the Romanian stuff usually has the most character, and you get those awesome Romanian dongs. So let's go tip to butt on this thing. So we have another cheese grater on these things. These are just like, they've become quintessential with these types of mock-ups. This is actually the cheese grater, his original with the small holes. Sells another one with larger holes called the Swiss grater. And it's been color matched. Now that lower handguard, that is really the piece that makes these builds. You can see there's a little bit of trench art there. And you even have up top there, you get these little hash marks. You find these dongs all the time with these hash marks cut in. People say, oh, they're like kill confirm marks, but I really think they just do them for like added grip. I think that's why they cut them in there. What's really cool about the dongs is you can make them into shark fins. So let's say the dude was in the field, he's having a hard time getting his 30-round mags out because the dong will kind of get in the way. So he says, screw it, cuts the lower third off, rounds it off, and makes a shark fin. They look awesome. They still have all the capability of a dong. It's like a natural foregrip to kind of cup. They're really awesome lower handguards. You know, right off the bat, they just feel cool. But they look so perfect on these things. And like I say, typically you're going to find them in this condition. Really old, oily color. You know, the finish is flaking off. They've got trench art. But you got to have one of these for these Romanian battlefield pickups. You just got to put a dong on it. So we've done that. We've modified it. Now we have a shark fin. Now what's really cool about this Draco is, like I said, we can put fixed stocks on it. So I was lucky enough to find a Romanian surplus stock with a patina that kind of matches the patina, the color of the lower handguard. And we did get lucky, and we got some trench art, Mariana, which is what we call this gun. We call it Mariana because of the chick's name over here in the stock. That's one really cool thing about Romanian surplus. Typically, if they do have trench art, it'll be a girl's name, whether it be the stock, the grip, or the lower handguard. Dudes were always carving girls' names somewhere into the wood. So that's pretty cool. And of course, there's that overall paint job. Now this one does have a base black coat. I wanted more of a bluish hue, so the gray almost has a blue tint to it. And of course, he went back and kind of hand aged it, made some of that base coat come up to make it look a little natural. You've got that functional Cerakote where it's not going to rust. You don't have to worry about it. But as it gets dings and scratches, this paint job's fairly new, so it's still looking nice. But it will, like you saw in the first gun, it's going to wear those dings and scratches really, really well. Now check this out. The magazine. That is a Russian aluminum Waffle Mag that was damaged. Lower part was damaged, so Bad Element Co. Find that guy online. He trimmed it up, so now we have a pretty rare tanker mag, a waffle tanker. This is real aluminum. Pretty cool. That's why they actually didn't last long. Pretty sweet. And of course, it's nicely aged. A lot of that is natural age, so it fits the aesthetic. Guys, if you like this kind of content, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more of my AKs in detail, just pick one out in a video, let me know, and I'll try to throw a video together. Go ahead and like, subscribe, go follow us on Instagram, go like us on Facebook, and let us know what you want to see next. We got more How to AK videos coming, more competitive videos coming. KALASHBASH is right around the corner. Go get tickets. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go to KALASHBASH and meet me and all the guys that you see on our Instagram, all the homies, the wolf pack, and all the who's who of the AK world will be there. Machine guns, $60,000 in prizes, a 2-day competition. Shut up and take my money, right? Links in the description below. Guys, thanks for watching.